Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Serbs, back in the motherfucking place to be, La Merca Superior Palace 80 motherfucking 1. Powered by, sponsored by, introduced, produced, all that good shit by your boy, numero 47, the Renaissance. The Renaissance has begun. Why? Because Beyonce's new album is here. Everyone could just fucking fangirl out to Beyonce's new album. She's on the horse on the cover, the fucking lightning horse or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It looks interesting, man. A lot of people say this is like a dance album, like Drake. I don't know if Drake got wind of it and was like, fuck that. I'm gonna have a dance album so they can dance with Beyonce's new album and all that shit. I don't know what the fuck Drake was thinking. I don't know, because you know them industry games, brother. The cash comes out the bag with these artists and the albums, and then you get an album that sounds the same or it's like the same shit. You know, when Pitbull, he remixed everybody's music, you know, Papa Americano, tan, 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 everybody was fucking shuffling to that shit. Pitbull came out with I Know You Want Me, I Know You Want, so whatever the fuck that shit was. All these games that the industry is here for. Well, fuck the industry. Beyonce came out with a new album and shit. I haven't heard it. I wanted to hear it at this time, but I didn't. So, I don't know. But what the fuck? Presley, don't be licking yourself, son. Fucking over here trying to do a video and an audio, and you over here just licking yourself. You know, don't do that, right? San Francisco has gone into this monkeypox emergency and is targeting homosexuals and bisexuals. So monkeypox is the age for, oh no, wait, AIDS did target fucking homos and shit. So the new age is back, the new age of the new age. So I don't know what they're gonna do. You can't even keep a Jimmy on because this shit, from what I was looking at, it affects your feet and your hands and shit like that. So unless you're going to be in a fucking hazmat suit, I don't know what people are going to do. I don't want to say these people. I don't want to be a dickhead like that. But I don't know what people are going to do, to be honest with you. Because this shit looks like it could be the Vid 2, bruh. The Vid 2.0, the Vid squared and shit. You know what I mean? I don't know, but that's just fucking on the news lately. Rest in peace to JayDaYoungin, you know what I mean? I should have salute like that, but rest in peace to JayDaYoungin, you know what I mean? Peace and blessings to the families affected. Prayers go out. I'm not too up on JayDaYoungin. I'm not really up on his music. I've seen his name around and shit, and a lot of people were saying that he was gonna be making it big, making it happen. I don't know what pertained to his untimely demise, but allegedly, supposedly, I don't know, he was murdered, so that's not good. This shit has got to stop, guys. I've fucking been talking about this shit since the beginning of the podcast. I don't know how many rappers have been murdered since I started the podcast. Lil Travieso, JayDaYoungin, and that's at least 2, you know what I mean? We haven't even been doing this shit since November, so it's fucking sad, bro. To be honest with you, I don't know what's going on with this street shit. That's why I kind of try to keep, like, the street shit, all the gangster shit, like, to a very bare minimum. I'm not a gangster. I'm not a gang member. But, you know, I've already told people, I've already express my opinion about this. This is like not really a good thing to be participating in, especially if you're trying to be an artist, like you want to create. You really don't need that street shit. I understand the street shit brings in the element of danger. It brings some sort of like creativity that otherwise wouldn't be there. But to be honest, man, it's not worth your life. You know what I mean? It's not really worth seeing your mother cry and your parents or whatever whatever it costs to participate in some of these activities that allegedly these rappers are doing. It's just not worth it. So rest in peace to JayDaYoungin. I wanted to make it short and sweet. Maybe I'll play something if it's not copywritten on the podcast later before we close it out. Mozzy turned himself in. Good for him. I don't know what charges he had, but he turned himself in. When it comes to the specifics of shit, it doesn't really matter. Like, he turned himself in. I don't know what charges he had, but if it's better to man up and face your whatever it is that you're charged with, in most cases, because it just looks better. You know what I mean? If they're looking for you and you actually give yourselves up, you save the department and the law enforcement and the justice system all the fucking time, that they would spend trying to look for you, get the resources to get your ass. It just looks better in front of the judges and like whatever other like court of law type shit you got to go through. It just looks way better for you to just hand yourself over without a fight, without a fuss, because when they do catch your ass, when they do come looking for you and you got a gun, you got hollows and shit like that, then it makes, now they could really pin it on you like you're really like a fucking idiot, you know what I mean? That's just trying to be a Goomba out here in the streets with guns and shit like that. Like you want to be fucking Scarface, and it's just not, so good for Mozzy, you know what I mean? He turned himself in, and that's all that really matters. Disneyland employees are turning to sex work to pay the bills. Now, this was very interesting, bro. During the pandemic, a lot of Disneyland workers wasn't making ends meet, and I just seen that on, I don't know where I was reading it, but I think they were getting paid like $11 an hour, determining like whatever gig they're doing, like they get paid from like $11 to $20 an hour or something. Yo, that's fucking wild. Imagine being in a fucking Mickey Mouse suit. You're taking pictures with kids, and like fucking, you gotta stand around in the heat in fucking costume and shit for $11 an hour. Go fuck yourself. I would never do that shit. But I ain't gonna knock anybody who's fucking doing that. You know what I mean? Everybody gotta make a living. Everybody gotta contribute and make a living. You know what I mean? But that shit is wild, bro. These fucking Mickey Mouse Clubhouse XXX sex workers and shit like that. They on OnlyFans selling themselves in heels and shit like that. They're over here trying to get the money by any means necessary. And I just thought that was fucking wild, you know what I mean? Shakira faces 8 years for tax fraud. I think this is in Spain. I guess the Spaniards are looking for her and shit like that. And apparently Spain is like all the soccer players and shit. It's a well-known thing that they fucking don't pay their taxes, and they just let the fucking tax evasion charges just rack the fuck up. So they just get a big payout at some point in the near future, which to me is fucking dumb, bro. Like, I'd rather pay my taxes on time and get a return or something like that than actually have to fucking pay out millions by whatever for however many years. Like, that's just dumb as fuck. Shakira could make that money in no time, so for her it's not really a fucking big deal. Or these soccer players and shit, but for the average Joe, bro, you didn't got that money. Like, the situation and shit like that, he didn't have that money. Whatever fucking, he had to do time and shit like that, and they made it a big thing on the Jersey Shore fucking show and all that no one watches anymore. But I just thought that was wild, man. Shakira, she, her hips don't lie and her ass ain't gonna lie in jail either, bro. I mean, or it might lie for some women that, like Shakira. And, there's a lot of Shakira fans in prison right now that hope to God that she gets time just so they could see her and fucking, eat the watermelon like Omarion. The $1.28 billion mega jackpot in Illinois or the person won the jackpot in Illinois. So shout out to them. You know they're never gonna release the fucking identity because this fucking who's gonna do that? Can you imagine if they said like fucking what's his name? Victor Fuentes won the jackpot, bro. Everybody gonna be looking out for Victor Fuentes, especially if he's in South Central. They're gonna be looking for him with guns, knives, ratchets. And they're going to be wanting a piece of that billion. So shout out to whoever won that. I never participate in the lottery. It's always a scam. It's always some bullshit that I don't participate in. Because if you really got to, all the money that y'all spend on the lottery could be spent on some fucking more invest wild shit. You could put that money in stocks. You could put it in the crypto shit. You could buy some new fucking clothes, some gas, some shit like that, in a piggy bank, clink, clink, clink. And fucking break that shit with the hammer like back in the day with the dollars and the coins and shit like that. That's a better investment than the fucking lottery. You know why? Because you could probably become a doctor, rapper, lawyer, and have better chances of doing that than being a fucking lottery ticket winner, bro. Ask Whitey Bulger. Fil A is paying one of this restaurant. This particular Chick-fil-A restaurant, I don't know where the fuck it was. It had to be somewhere in the Midwest or the South. It's trying to pay volunteer workers 5 entrees an hour for their volunteer work. Now, a lot of people got it fucked up. They're not workers. They're volunteers. So, I don't know, because this is California, but the law works differently. I know if you got to do community service, it's not bad, bro. I mean, I don't think it would be community service. I think it'd just be volunteer work. So I don't think that would work. But if you have nothing to do, if you just like some sort of like day trade motherfucker and you really just want a free meal and shit like that, it's not bad. They shut it down, though. A lot of people were complaining, this is racism. This is the most bullshit. Why would you pay chicken sandwiches for fucking when the gas is over here like 8 million? What, bruh? Who gives a fuck? Who honestly, you're getting paid. Like, I know you're not getting paid like a wage, but if you think about it, a whole meal, let's just say like a whole, okay, so I don't know, a chicken sandwich is $4, so 4 times 5 is $20 an hour. That's a lot more than these fucking kids that are making the Nike shoes in China that are making, you know what I mean? So you gotta, Americans, all we want to do is fucking complain about some bullshit, you know what I mean? And not appreciate some of the things that are offered to us. So, whatever, man. Chick-fil-A is bombing. I would do that if I didn't have a real job. Joe Biden gets COVID 2 times, but Joe Biden's a 2-timing ass for. He's a 2-timing ass vato. What's up with Joe Biden, man? He's falling off of bikes. He's 90 years old. He got the vid 2 times. How the fuck is Joe Biden not, occupying some sort of memorial fucking forest lawn type shit, bro? And I don't want to shit on the president. I'm just saying, bro. You get the vid 2 times, you 90, you falling off bikes and shit, bro. Fucking Lance Armstrong can suck a dick, bro. Joe Biden out here really fighting the fucking real wars and shit that these fucking Russians are taking over the Ukraine for oil and shit. But Joe Biden, man, I hope you get well. You know what I mean? It's your dog, Big Serves. Fucking, you know what I mean? I'm a soldier. Fucking, nah, I'm just kidding, bro. I don't know. I'm just fooling around right here, having a good time. HBO opts out of the Gordita Chronicles, a 1980s coming of age story, Latino program. I don't know why HBO backed out of it. We don't want to talk about racist shit. This is kind of racist, HBO. You hating on the raza right now, HBO. I don't know about that one, bro. It's just really kind of what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? With this shit. And this just looked like a really good show, bro. And HBO was like, nah, we don't want to do it anymore. So, maybe Netflix. I don't know. But we'll see, man. We'll definitely see what's going to happen with the show. Because it looked dope. I mean, it looked I mean, in the 80s, I mean, it wasn't really too crazy. I mean, the gang shit was still going on, depending on where it is, though, because they tried to do that one shit with On My Block or whatever, and it happened to be, like, not really about LA kids and shit. Trust me, bro, in the 80s, it was going down. Meet me at the mall. It's going down. Meet me in the club. It's going... Everywhere in LA it was going down, bro. It's still in the 80s, especially in the 80s. Like, it started early 70s. But by the 80s, it was already like gang wars and shit. Green lights, drive-bys, stabbings, shootings, kidnappings, shit like that. But obviously, that I don't think that's what this show is going to be about. It's probably going to be about like some middle-class shit, some girl. She's like fucking figuring out if she's gay or something like that. You know how the Hollywood works with these fucking stupid shows about minorities and shit. It's always like either some shit about homosexuality or some bullshit about some bullshit that no one gives a fuck about, that they can only make this shit up in a fucking writer's room, you know what I mean? But shout out to Gordita Chronicles, you feel me? And since this is episode 47, I wanted to take some time out to shout out Capital TEEZ, bruh. Yes, if you don't know, rest in peace to Capital TEEZ, rapper of Pro Era, one of the founding members of Pro Era. Capital TEEZ was probably, this year's gonna be like 10 years since he passed away. But honestly, man, Capital TEEZ, the greatest rapper in my opinion. He was like the greatest rapper in my opinion for like a long time, for like probably since I listened to him to now. I feel like that's a real subjective term. In terms of like flow, lyrics, delivery, melodies and shit like that, Capital TEEZ had like almost all of it together, bro. I mean, I feel like the only rappers to really achieve that kind of skill would probably in the music would probably be like Jay-Z, Biggie. I'll probably say that fit in that category of like just having it all, like all the elements, metaphors, lyrics, just writing abilities, melodies, songs, hooks, and all that. Definitely Jay-Z, fucking Biggie, Capital TEEZ, he only had like one mixtape, so it's kind of hard to judge it. It's kind of hard to put him up there. You get what I'm saying? As far as like now, what do I think? I feel like Capital TEEZ is one of the most promising artists whose lives was taken short, or whose lives was like really short, and they didn't get to fulfill their complete artistry. Because there's footage of TEEZ doing like some unreleased shit where it was dope, bro. Like, I forgot how the lyrics go, but it's like, I know I can't explain. It sounded like some like mad villainy, like mad MF Doomy type shit. I just feel like it's like, wow, bro. Like, TEEZ really had a short career, and it just reminds me of like, Nip, he kind of had already, like, he was at his peak when he passed, but I feel like Triple X, we could say JayDaYoungin. I'm not familiar with his music, but just think a Big L, you know what I mean? Like, he was getting there. Big L kind of was almost at his prime. Like, he only had like 2 albums, like 2 or 3 albums, but Capital TEEZ, very big influence on me, really made me want to just rap differently, you know what I mean? Not just about one thing, but like, can you rap for the ladies? Can you rap for, can you rap for the nerds? Can you rap, not to offend the nerds out there. I'm not doing that. We ain't shitting on the nerds. I'm just saying, TEEZ really put his music in a way where it could appeal to a broad audience, you know what I mean? And some songs he didn't curse, or there was minimal cursing. Some songs, he had, like shit like survival tactics, where he was saying like fuck the government and shit like that. He had Illuminati Part 2, which was like really more so like, for the backpackers and type shit, underground shit like that. I really felt like had they put more resources and like more of a push for SteeZ, he would have really been like. I felt like Joey Badass, he's really dope, but I feel like SteeZ could have done like if SteeZ and Joey were still alive, oh man, they would have been like the fucking Migos of this shit, bro. They would have really been like, who's a fucking duo? Like, I don't know. I don't want to say the Beatnuts because they're like a producer rapper duo, but you get what I'm saying? It's just something like DITC, something like, but like more mainstream, you know what I mean? Because I felt like SteeZ was already on his way there. You get what I'm saying? I feel like Capital SteeZ, he had like some of my favorite songs from him are shit, man. He has some really dark shit too, though. Like really some depressing shit, like Black Petunia. That's like a kind of a more of a darker song. Or like he had more braggadocious shit, like Apex, one of my favorite songs from him. Or like even like stoner like vibes and shit, like what is it? What's the Urban Legends? That's one of my favorite songs he has, So I hit my phone, missed call from the Lil Pro, but I gotta hit him back cause my minute's slow. Sitting home watching World Star video, got some sticky rolls still higher than my tippy toes. Like he had really dope lines that I feel like it's really unappreciated. You get what I'm saying? It's really something that a lot of people don't really do, now, like I always say, bro, now it's all about fucking, I mean, it's always been about partying shit, but a lot of rappers just want to cater to one style, one thing, just one element to the rapping, and I feel like Capital SteeZ really did a good job of trying to bring it all, for the women, for like the stoners, the backpackers, the this, the that. He tried to do it all, bro, and I feel like, I just wanted to give this space to bring his name in a good light because a lot of people, they're really unfamiliar. This happened a long time ago. It's like when you think about, I don't know, like Stack Bundles or Chinks or something. It's just like real dope artists that didn't really, or even like a Max B, you know what I mean? A lot of people know Max B, but those are like hardcore fans, or they only know him because he beefed it with like Jim Jones and shit like that. But I feel like, we really got to give a better light to the artists and the rappers that are out here trying to do different things, change the culture. SteeZ wanted to take over like the world and shit. He had like towards the end he had really crazy like fucking like what the fuck is going on, but I mean that was just him, bro. That was really, it was really interesting to see his mind, you know what I mean, and see him speak in a lot of interviews, the few interviews that he has out there. And I just want to commemorate SteeZ, man. 47, happy 47, man. I mean, even in this painting back there, I think I have the 47 little, a lot of people thought it was a swastika, but it's fucking not. But it kind of does look closely to like the fucking Wolves Angels or some shit out of New York. So that's kind of fucking scary, you know what I mean? To make a symbol that actually looks like a swastika, that these fucking white people represent is kind of scary, but shout out to Capital SteeZ, bro. I'm gonna have a moment of silence real quick. I just kind of like wanted to do something different this episode, you know what I mean? I don't want to long talk y'all to death, you know what I mean? I just kind of wanted to commemorate SteeZ. I'm not a big historian. I can't tell you like, oh, in this year and this happened. But, he was rapping with Third Kind, him and Jack the Rhymer. That's why Mariana, the song, I say, this my Capital SteeZ. Shout out to Jack the Rhymer. He was with Third Kind. That album was pretty cool. I think he was 14. I think SteeZ was 14 when he made that mixtape, bro. Old. I don't know how old that shit was, but it had to be like, I don't know, 2009 or 10, some shit like that. Or maybe even before then. But that's old. That's some old shit. Then he linked up with Joey. They made Pro Era. They did American Corruption. I think they dropped that first. Then they dropped I think they dropped 1999, Joey's first mixtape. It was kind of close. Either it was Joey's 1999, then American Corruption right after, or one or the other. And then they did Peep the Apocalypse, I think, like the end of that year or the end of the year after that. And, you know, forever TEEZ has like fucking just dope music. I know he did King Capital, his that was supposed to be his debut album. I know Black Crown. I think Black Crown was supposed to be on, what is it, that album. And if I could play it, I'll play it for sure. But yeah, man, that's crazy how like there's an interview of him saying, you know, I don't even think I need to drop King Capital because of like whatever fucking reason. Because he said, I guess what he thought, his shit was already gonna be blown up, but. That's just crazy, bro, how some artists, they just don't get to live out their artistry. And now, like, they forever live in this, like, time capsule of, like, what if? You know, what if he did make some more popular shit? What if he did drop King Capital? What if he did do something different, you know? And you know, we'll never know. But I just think that's crazy, bro. And I didn't want to draw this shit out, but you know what I mean? I wanted to do something different this episode. I wanted to say thank you for everybody listening, everybody engaging with the podcast. I didn't think it was going to be this short, to be honest. I thought it was going to be like 45 minutes or something. I didn't think it was going to be this short, but nonetheless, that's all I wanted to talk about. I really don't have anything to say. I don't want to fucking just bring up shit to fill in space or anything like that. I just wanted to give you really good, funny content. You know what I'm saying? And as far as being an artist, I feel like whatever it is that you do, baking, cooking, fucking landscaping, whatever, do that shit, bruh. You really gotta express yourself. Today is the day. Don't be one of these people, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Don't do it tomorrow, bruh. Do it now. Do it, plan it out, and make sure when you do plan and you do execute that you keep planning and you keep executing, bruh. Because that's what it's all about, bruh. You gotta... You know, the Robert De Niro fucking Bronx Tale. The saddest thing in life is wasted talent. And with that, this is the God's Hour.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
So come fly with me, bitch. You got a man and I know you can't leave him, but I know you met me for a reason. Him and I are two different extremes, so I know what they mean by people of seasons. You in a hot core relationship, and you really don't know what to think of it. But I think you need to take a risk, cause a girl like you needs a man like me. I know people at high places, that's the only reason I've been up on hiatus. Skyscraping, big city living, so trust me, I rock stages outrageous. I know he can't offer much, and these little niggas like to talk too much. But I can tell that he calling the bluff, so I don't see the harm in you calling me up. What you need is some bona fide loving. I can make you feel like a grown-ass woman. No problem, take it how you want it. I can take you overseas for I'm over my budget. What you need is some bona fide loving. I can make you feel like a grown-ass woman. First is to find the things, and that's only if you with it. So make your decision. So make your decision. First is to find the things, and that's only if you with it. So make your decision. So make your decision. Make your decision. First is the finer things, and that's only if you with it, so make your decision. It sound like you torn in the middle, like you get annoyed with him more than a little. Tell him he ain't forced to be with you. Maybe he'll get the bigger picture if it's drawn with a stencil. I'm Leonardo with Pablo Picasso. You're Mona Lisa with the smile of a model. Pick a place, we can fly there tomorrow. But your man trying to drive over potholes. He ought to get left. We off that, then we on to the next. You rockin' with the best, bored in the jet, and you already mentioned you bored with the sex. He got you a promise ring, I got diamonds and all kinds of bling. But first is the finer things, and that's only if you with it, so make your decision. What you need is some bona fide loving. I can make you feel like a grown-ass woman. No problem, take it how you want it. I can take you overseas while I'm over my budget. What you need is some bona fide loving. I can make you feel like a grown-ass woman. First is the finer things, and that's only if you with it, so make your decision. So make your decision. First is the finer things, and that's only if you with it, so make your decision. So make your decision. Make your decision. First is the finer things, and that's only if you with it, so make your decision. Girl, if I were you, then I would choose that. I gotta move, cause you got a man, and he kinda slipping, but you sticking with him, and that's your decision. But girl, if I were you, then I would choose that. I gotta move, cause you got a man, and I know I ain't helping, but you can't be selfish, cause it's either him or me. Say, girl, if I were you, then I'm talking shit right now. And I still probably fuck your bitch, nigga. Swag! I'm sorry, bitch, God. Kinda diss you and shit. And I still probably fuck your bitch, nigga. What you need is some bona fide loving. I can make you feel like a grown-ass woman. No problem, take it how you want it. I can take you overseas for I'm over my budget. What you need is some bona fide loving. I can make you feel like a grown-ass woman. First is the finer things, and that's only if you with it, so make your decision. So make your decision. First is the finer things, and that's only if you with it, so make your decision.